Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. Real quick, we're going to do some more American Series ticket math because the ticket math is important for us to understand how much more tickets I will need to get the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo that is required to complete this Mazda Sound of the Wind event. Interestingly, Eclavia told me that the Sound of the Wind is what actually the word Furai means. Didn't know that. Good piece of information to have. Pretty cool. Nonetheless, the real thing that I care about is getting this car and therefore finishing the event and actually getting the Mazda Furai prize car. Based on the rewards shown, it looks like this event, unlike somewhere the event prize car is used for the last few races, it's different here. We're going to have to get through to race 80 on that lock-in number 5 to actually get the Furai. So you get the Furai, you're not going to use it for anything immediately. On the other hand, the lock-in for the final lock-in is not until race 65. That means, while there's 125 tickets here, that's not going to be tickets you can use for buying the Huracan. So the 150, 125 means that after you get the Huracan, you will then pick up another 275 tickets. However, there are plenty of tickets before race 64, and those add up to a pretty substantial amount. So you have 125 here, you have another 125, that's 250, 350, 450, 550, 650, and now you're looking at 725 and 800 tickets. 850, 900. So 900 tickets. That means you only need 3,100 tickets at this point in order to acquire the Huracan. And I already have that. Not only that, because I don't have the Pro League and I have the old, essentially, participation prizes, you get another 100 tickets at race 60. And the last showdown, in my last video, I also showed you at race 50, you get 100 tickets. That puts those who don't have Pro Leagues well ahead of those who have Pro Leagues when it comes to the ticket differences. How much does that help you? Well, it's enough tickets that if you struggle and couldn't do this showdown up to the trophy point of 1100 to get those 200 tickets, you'll still be able to make it through. Now, the people with the Pro Leagues, unfortunately, faces a little bit tougher situation. So let's go take a look at that account and let's compare notes. Okay, so I am now here on my account with the Pro Leagues. Okay, and this Pro League, I have already competed enough in the current showdown also to hit 1,100 trophy. So I am here with all the tickets I could have acquired from both the events and the showdowns. The last two showdowns, I am sitting at 3,150 tickets. Earlier, we know that you have 900 tickets here, so really you have a margin of 50 extra tickets here by the time you hit to race 64. That means I absolutely need almost every single ticket that is rewarded in the Furai event in order to get the Lamborghini Huracan. So this is a little bit tougher. I don't know why Natural Motion did it this way. They shortchanged certain players who have the Pro Leagues 200 tickets. Not that it's not enough to make it through, but you're basically just squeezing by. I have had another player reach out to me and say, hey, for some reason I only have 2,750 tickets before going into the current showdown, and I have Pro Leagues. So the maximum he's going to get to is going to be about 3,000 tickets. That makes him about 100 tickets short, or 150 tickets short if he ends up at 2,950. I don't know what happened there. I really don't have the answer for that, but that is where you're ultimately going to be stuck looking at potentially buying tickets. These tickets are not super expensive for a few tickets, but certainly most of us would prefer not having to pay for them. But here you are, 800 tickets will cost you $5.99. So let's say you're at 3,200 tickets or 3,150 or whatever. You can buy the $5.99, and basically it'll make you go a lot faster into the next step. Or if you want that Huracan now, you can get the $10 one and basically buy the car right now and build it up so that you can blast through the whole Mazda Furai event without having to wait for those tickets. And it puts you at a slight advantage for the next batch of cars that may require tickets, because there are more that's going to come through the remainder of the American series where you're going to use tickets to buy. And again, based on how hard it is to gather 4,000 tickets for this car, I suspect when we start getting into the next few where tickets are required for these tier 5 cars, it's going to be 4,000 again. And you're coming out of the Furai event with basically 300 tickets or 200 some tickets additional. So we'll see how that plays out in the long run, but I have a feeling many of us, whether we prefer to or not, may end up buying some tickets. That being said, Pro League Showdown, I got into this thing kind of last minute on the rookie level because I didn't advance last season. Or the last group. This group, obviously much easier because, well, these are the people that weren't as motivated last time. They're a little more motivated this time, but again, you can see the trophy counts or the SP point counts are pretty low. Jumping in last minute and running some counts is definitely not a bad thing. Finally, Natural Motion fixed it so that you don't get that last day and a half with no showdown to play. Now you have the new showdown starting. When the old showdown ends, the new showdown starts. You don't have a huge gap where your league results end and you don't have something to race. So that's a good news. Although that actually changes the dynamic of when you may want to enter into the whole league thing in the first place. All right. That being said, utilizing the 911 GT2 RS Club Sport puts you in a pretty good position for getting to the 1100 trophy very easily. There are some decent rewards in this particular one, so certainly it's worth it to keep pushing if you have the strong cars in the first place. Plus, for Pro League players, the further you get in the trophies, the bigger the boost you get, so your point boost actually increases. So that's also another helpful thing. In case anybody cares, the 911 GT2 RS Club Sport isn't the Apex car. The Huracan Evo actually is. But again, most of us don't have it. So it's good enough to be basically very competitive at the top level. Of course, right now I can't find an opponent. Oh, here we go. Once you get up to the 1100 range, you can see the AMG Black Series are starting to catch up. When I started this morning, only the Club Sports were able to make it this far. But now the AMGs can make it. So most of you guys will be able to get to that 1100 range to acquire the 200 tickets, and you have another 50 tickets that you would have acquired right from 200 trophy before you even get out of the races for placement. So additional tickets here. However, bottom line is if you don't complete all these and you don't actually end up with all these tickets, you will not be able to skip through to the Furai event tomorrow without paying. And that is, of course, intentional. The way the game is designed, it gives you a narrow avenue to do it for free, but generally, the developers certainly prefer that you pay some money. Okay. Now, if it's $10 for something, I guess, that's really individual decision, but it doesn't sound too bad if the cost of getting into the Furai was $10. However, I'll tell you right now that if you never finish the ring and the ring evolution, it's not going to be $10. It's going to be a lot more. Plus, if you're already that new or you don't have that many resources, that you're already struggling at those events, the Furai event's going to cost you more money as well. So keep that in mind as you move forward in the American series. I suspect it's going to end up costing a few bucks. How much? That's depending on how you play, how patient you are, what resources you have, and how much luck you have with the stage 6s. Ultimately, expect to put a few bucks into it if you want every single prize car, including what was just notified today by Natural Motion that the ultimate prize car might be what is an Indy car. That's an American F1 style car, which I don't understand why it would be introduced for drag racing, but hey, it's cool. It'll be a nice different looking car to have in the game. Anyway, that is my quick update about the tickets, about the current showdown, and basically I am gearing up for tomorrow's event, the Mazda Sound of the Wind, which I intend to try to finish on both accounts because I have enough build cars and just enough resources with some mild question marks of being able to finish on both accounts. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Any comments, information you want to share with my viewers, put them in the comments, and hopefully someone will get some good info out of it. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like my channel, subscribe, hit the bell, get notifications when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.